Hey guys. I was prepared to not see a heartbeat. Like, I was prepared for being told that we needed to come back and check back again in a week. But I was not prepared to be told that I was having a miscarriage. So on that day, they put us back into a room. That was just the ultrasound tech and us. They put us directly into a room, and the midwife that I had seen in August, and then again since then, she came into the room. And she has her little clipboard, and she just walked in and said, "Oh, guys, I can't tell you how sorry I am." Wednesday, I knew that I was going to the doctor today, and at 2:30, and so I prepared myself because I knew that they were going to give me the medicine that was going to start. So I needed to be home. I needed to be prepared to, like, have a lot of pads on hand and, you know, be ready to just have a baby at my house, kind of a thing. And we expected the sac to be 8 or 9 weeks along. So it's not some small little thing. It's, but apparently empty. Well, we went in for our 8-week scan today, and we had a different ultrasound tech. So the first scan at 5 weeks, 2 days, or the scan at 6 weeks, 2 days, and the scan at 7 weeks, 2 days, we had the same girl. And then this time it was a different girl. And we had gone 2 Fridays in a row, and then this time we went on a Wednesday. So I don't know, I guess the same girl wasn't working or something. And so she introduced herself and said, you know, "Hi, you know, what are you here for?" And we said, well, you know, we were told that it was a blighted ovum, and before we, you know, induced, or whatever you want to call it, I just want to make sure that everything is what they said it was. And she's like, "Okay, well, let's take a look." And so I just unbuttoned my skirt a little bit and lifted my shirt. So she just did the belly, and she starts moving around on my belly, and she's like, "Okay." She starts, like, zooming in on something, and she goes, "So there's your bladder, there's the sac," and then she's like, "And there's the baby," and then she zooms in even more and puts a line there, and she goes, "And there's the heartbeat." And it was like ba-bump, 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 like 155 beats per minute. And Ben and I looked at each other like, what? So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, plus part of Friday and part of Wednesday. So we'll say 5 full days, kind of like 6 partial days. We have been mourning this loss. So here I am today, 8 weeks exactly. It's Wednesday, and we're having a baby, and there's a heartbeat, and everything looks fine. So they just drew some blood, and we rescheduled my next appointment for like 3 weeks from now, 3 or 4 weeks from now. That'll be my 11 or 12 week nuchal translucency test, where they check for, like, genetic stuff. But yeah, that's at the end of October, and, like, mind blown. Like, so then of course you have to tell people, like, untell the people you already told. Like, so you tell people you're pregnant, and then you have to say, "Oops, no, I guess we had a miscarriage. Sorry, I told you, you know, I'm so sorry." And they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry for your loss." And they mourn with you, you know, your family cries, everybody's sad. And then just 5 days later to text people and say, "Here's your new grandbaby," and show a picture. They're like, "What?" You know what I mean? But the thing is, between Friday and Wednesday, I still felt so pregnant. I feel awful. I feel like I am gagging, like gag reflex and dry heaving. I have not actually vomited, but I've been, like, dry heaving. I have been disgusted by smells. I have taste aversion, food aversion, like, completely, like, things that I normally like. I can't, like, when my husband drinks coffee, I'm like, ugh, get away from me. Like, I don't want to smell it. I can't open my fridge without dry heaving. Like, it makes me disgusted. And I've had him clean out the fridge. We've taken out the trash. We've done all of that. And I still, like, certain smells just make me dry heave. And I was thinking, you know, feeling bad for myself this week and being like, you know, it wouldn't be so bad knowing you were miscarrying if you didn't feel like crap. Like, if it was just like, okay, you're having a miscarriage, and then suddenly you feel better. But that's not how it works when they take a while to pass. I mean, my HCG was really high at the last time we checked it. And so I knew that it wasn't just going to be a little, like, flip of a switch where I was just going to suddenly, my hormones are going to go back to normal and I would feel good again. I knew that it was going to take time. And so I was just telling my husband, like, you know, I'm hiccuping. Ugh. That was, like, the funniest timing, I swear. I'm hiccuping, like, the most loud and painful hiccups you've ever heard. I'm burping, like, really loud. I'm like, ugh, you know, when I catch myself, like, every hour, multiple times an hour. certain foods. I gained 5 pounds this week because, one, I was depressed and eating like I shouldn't. I didn't use my Weight Watchers tracker, and I'm fighting that I cannot eat fruits and vegetables. I just finally got fruit in, but like I can't eat vegetables. I can't eat them raw like I used to. I can't have salads. I just cannot do it. So I've been like wanting to eat fast food. I've been wanting to eat carbs, bread, pasta, cheese, all of that, but I just cannot do like sweet stuff like wine. Like we had this thank goodness I didn't like it, but we had like Moscato and then the alcohol removed Moscato so I could have wine, and I just did not like it. We threw it away. It was like really expensive to get the alcohol removed from your Moscato, and I didn't even, good thing I didn't drink it, huh? Just regular wine too. Ben had it, and I was like, oh no, that's disgusting. I've been wanting to eat like sugary cereal and pretzels and crackers and stuff like that, and so I've gained weight, and that's really unfortunate. So now that I know that I am still pregnant, you know, I'm going to start tracking my food in my Weight Watchers tracker. I'm going to have to, you know, if I go over my 30 points a day, like that's okay. I'm not going to like be like, you must stay under 30. Like, no, you're growing a baby. But they say that you only really need to eat 300 calories extra a day, and that's not even really in the first trimester. Like that starts, I think, second trimester. So we talked to the midwife today about my symptoms and everything. I did have some blood work done, of course, last week, so we knew that my vitamin D was a little bit low, so she had recommended that I take vitamin D. She knows about my nausea, however you guys say it, and she had recommended C-bands. These are, I'll show you, they're like little acupressure wristbands, and basically they're like $5 or $10. I got it on Amazon, just one set, but it has like a little bead thing, and you wear this on your wrist, and it presses. It presses on your wrist, and I'm not sure how exactly, but it like the acupressure is supposed to help with your morning sickness, or all day sickness, as the case may be. And also, she recommended that I take the vitamin D. She said to take vitamin B6 because that'll help with my nausea. She did recommend that I take vitamin C and my prenatals, and I've been having a hard time taking the prenatal, like the chewy ones, the gummy ones that I've normally been taking, so I just bought a bunch of new vitamins, and I got the like capsules so that I could try that. So now I'm taking 5 pills a day. It's kind of a lot, especially when you can barely hold food down, but we'll do it for the baby. Of course, I asked her, like, what are my chances of miscarriage now? Like, are we past, like, where we need to worry? And she said the risk dramatically drops once you hear a heartbeat. Like, she didn't give me a number, of course. She can't guarantee anything. But she did just say that the risk dramatically drops. And that the heartbeat was strong. 155 beats per minute is a strong heartbeat. So I was like, okay. And then the fact that I still feel pregnant is good. Because the last time when I saw her, I met her during or right after the miscarriage, the first miscarriage, and she had said, do you still feel pregnant? And I said, no. I haven't since before I was bleeding. Like, I knew the symptoms stopped several days prior, and then I started bleeding, and it was done. But I didn't have symptoms anymore. It was fine. But this time, I've had symptoms ever since I was told I was having a miscarriage. So she asked me, do you still feel pregnant? And I was like, absolutely. Like, I am repulsed by smells, everything. Like, ugh, can't do it. So anyway, that's an interesting tale. So this has ruined my week. Like, I have been, you know, just depressed, and everyone I know that I've told has just been like crying and sad for me and us, and I mean my husband too, and he's been having to deal with me and my symptoms, and then when I get nauseous, he feels bad for me and tries to take care of me, and then I feel bad for myself, and then I get sad because I feel like it's the baby's dead inside of me, and then he's like, no, it's okay, you know, it's normal, this is normal, and I'm like, but I'm just a dead baby, and I get really upset, and then I get mad that I'm nauseous, and then I'm sad, and then he's trying to take care of me, and he feels guilty and bad that he can't be sick for me, kind of a thing, like, wishes he could make me feel better, and I can't, and then it has just been like the craziest week of my life. So yeah, I'm 8 weeks today. I don't go back till 11 weeks and 2 days, so I will be following up here and there, but I am going to order a Doppler to hear the baby's heartbeat at home. But tomorrow I'm going back to work a couple of days early, And they did take my bereavement days that I took, those Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. They're going to not give me those free days pay, which, I mean, is fine, I guess. But, oh, so the midwife did say, before I forget, the midwife did say that she has never heard of this happening before, where there was a fetal pull in a yolk sac, and then the text said there wasn't one, and then you come back a week later and there is one. She said, like, there was something wrong, like, something went wrong, and they're going to do an internal investigation, and that she has never heard of this happening before, like, at their practice. So I guess that makes me feel better, but still, I'm going to fight this because it's, like, awful, and I'm sure they feel awful, but the thing is, like, I now have 0 days off to my name at work because I had to pay for the 3 that I just took. I have caused undue, like, emotional stress on my body. I've gained 5 pounds because I am just, like, eating whatever my feelings, I'm depressed. It's hurt me in so many ways. And then, to make that worse, I've had 3 ultrasounds before 8 weeks. Do you think my insurance is going to pay for 3 ultrasounds? No. Like, they probably pay for 1 in your first trimester. So I'm going to be out a lot of money, and I'm hoping that maybe they can see the error that they made and give some kind of credit, at least for the office visit fee or something, because the reason I had to have so many was because of an error that they made. Now, I don't know. Maybe this is something that happens. She said she would have it looked into, and they would, see what the girl saw. I don't know if they keep, like, photos or video of the ultrasound that the person took, but maybe, I don't know. So that's that. I have not started sleeping with my pregnancy pillow, but I will. I think the next update I do, I will show you guys some of the stuff that we've got going on. Keep in mind that we don't have a nursery yet. We're still going to use our current bedrooms for what they've been used for the time being, and then we will, when it comes closer to the day, we'll set it all up. So everything I show you will be, like, clumped together in a corner in a guest room. It's not going to be a nursery, but I can still show you some stuff. So that is it for now. I haven't actually, like, lost it today since I found out. I'm still kind of in shock, but I wanted to film this update while it was still fresh, and yeah. Hey guys, it has been a few days. I am currently 8 weeks and 6 days, which is why I wanted to get this up today, so sorry I'm not all put together. You'll understand my hair in a minute, but what has happened this week, I decided to make this 8-week update its own week, its own video, because I had so much to say and the last one was so long. So, the doctor's office did call and apologize for what happened, and they agreed to not charge us for, like, the excess visits and over ultrasound visits because of their error, so that's nice. My midwife called me with my results. They did some testing last week. All the blood work was fine. And they do all that, like, STD panel, everything's good. My urine culture came back good, no urinary tract infection, anything like that, so that's good. So some symptoms. I have gotten the, like, worst scalp thing going on. Okay, the worst, that's probably an exaggeration, but my scalp looks perfectly normal. There's nothing visually wrong with it. No flakiness, no dry patches, no bumps, no bugs, no nothing. It looks perfectly normal. But it is, like, itchy like you wouldn't believe. Like, sometimes I just want to scratch my head, and it's awful. So, of course, I told my midwife about that, and she recommended that I try coconut oil first. She's like, try coconut oil, if not, maybe you can go to the dermatologist, but just try that for a few days and see if it gets better. And honestly, it was kind of mild to, like, moderate at its worst. So it wasn't, like, severe. I'm like, okay, I'll give that a shot. Well, putting coconut oil in your hair is great for your hair. It makes your hair nice and shiny. Shiny to the point where it looks like I haven't bathed in a week. So my hair is just, like, stringy, like, wet looking, because it doesn't stay on your roots. Even if you apply it up here, it, like, slowly starts to, like, bleed to the rest of your hair. And I look like I got out of the pool or something, but I didn't. And anyway, so I can't use that, like, the days that I'm going to work or anywhere that I care about, but, like, days like today where I'm not going anywhere, it's okay. But when I told her, like, it wasn't getting any better several days later, she said, okay, why don't you try Benadryl topical cream and put the Benadryl on there, because maybe it's just allergies, we don't know. I'm like, all right, worth a shot, right? So I'm going to go buy some of that. And then I also had mentioned that my left ear is hurting, and I am prone to ear infections, but just mentioned that, and then I said that, my back of my throat, my left side only, kind of hurts sometimes, like to swallow. And so she said, you know what, instead of the Benadryl topical cream for your hair and everything, she's like, why don't you just take Benadryl every day and see if that, because that might knock out the itchy scalp, the ear, and the throat thing. So I'm gonna try that. I've sneezed a lot too, and my sneezes are painful, but it's not like I'm cold. Like I don't have a cold. I don't have the sniffles. I don't cough. I don't have any like the fever, none of that. So I don't know. But she said to try Benadryl, so I'll go and pick some of that up. She also told me for my nausea, like I still have not thrown up, but like I want to. It has gotten way worse. And to the point where my poor husband, like I had him clean the fridge, like clean it completely. And he changed the dish sponge and he emptied the trash and he threw out everything in the house that was disgusting. And I came home from work and I was like, oh my God, it smells so bad in here. And he's like he spent like 2 hours, you know, making sure the house didn't smell. And when I came home from work, I still complained. So we cleaned the disposal and the drain and stuff because something's bothering me in that kitchen. I don't know what it is. So hoping it gets better. The midwife called when she asked me how was my nausea. I said it was worse. And it was bad, still bad or something like that. And she was like, oh, good. I was like, no, not good. But I guess that's a good sign that things are going well. She did say that since I'm already taking vitamin B6, I could take it in combination with Unisom. But Unisom only like in the nighttime because it is kind of like a sleep aid. So, and then if I take it at night with the B6, it might actually carry over to the next day. So I'm going to give that a shot if it doesn't get any better because I'm just, I dry heave. It's embarrassing when you're at work and I'm like in the hallway and I'm like, you know, and like nothing comes out. People look at you and you're like, it's not like you can just say, I'm pregnant, it's fine, I'm fine. You know, like you can say that at Walmart if somebody sees you dry heaving, but you don't want to say it with people you actually know, you know. Like I dry heaved at Walmart actually this week in the produce section. Some piece of fruit in that whole department just smelled bad to me. Grocery shopping has been a little harder because like certain foods, just the sight of them make me disgusted. And I've also noticed that sometimes like I have this power now to like make myself want to puke by just thinking of something. Like I was trying to retell the story of how gross something was and I made myself want to throw up. And I'm like, well, that sucks because it used to be all driven by smell or sight. Now it's like mental. So I have to like control myself and not let myself think of anything gross. If I see a commercial of food that I find unappetizing, I just like block it out. I try to think of something else because I don't actually throw up, but it's like a very disgusting sound. And I'm sure anyone else is like around me is like, oh God, you know? So I was able to get broccoli down this week, some steamed broccoli. I went out to eat 2 different places and I got steamed broccoli. Once was at Outback and it was like cheesy broccoli, and then once at Panda Express I had like broccoli and beef, and I was able to eat broccoli. So that's like the first vegetable besides like maybe a little bit of lettuce or tomato on a sandwich that I've had in like 2 weeks. Pretty exciting. Now that I know that I can eat that, I may have to buy some broccoli, and I'm still not ready to do like cold vegetables and salad and raw stuff, but at least I'm able to eat fruit now. Pears have been really good. I've had a couple of pears every single day. But I got a vegetable down, very excited. I'm going to try more vegetables, you know, like hot vegetables now that I think I can do it. Just trying to eat healthy. It's really hard. And I'm trying really hard not to gain a bunch of weight because I know I'm prone to that anyway. Just naturally, I'm a fluctuator. If I don't follow like a Weight Watchers plan or some kind of plan, I gain 50 pounds like within 6 months. So I'm like, ugh, you got to keep it together. And then it's hard because your body's fighting you. It's not just like I have to eat every hour, small meals because I'm nauseous. My body also tells me, you have to eat this. Like, I need a meatball sub. Like, I'm going to have a meatball sub for breakfast. If that's what I need to do, that's what I do. But then the rest of the day, I feel guilty about it. It's like, you can't do it. You can't feel guilty. Do what you can. I get it now. Like, I have to get out of my own head and just be like, you did what you could. Like, just try to get some healthy stuff in there. Eat more small meals more frequently so you don't get nauseous. If I eat, like, every hour, like 5 saltines or a little bit of pretzels or something like that, I'll be okay. So just got to remember that, and then stay away from anything stinky. Just get out of there. Like the moment I smell something that doesn't appetize me at all, I just like leave the room. I go outside, or I'll, you know, try to take care of it right away. I have been random crying. Like I get really upset that I'm nauseous and then I cry, or I feel bad because I tell my husband his coffee stinks and he like tries to be near me and I'm like, ugh. And then I feel bad for being mean, and he's like, it's okay, I know you don't like the smell of coffee right now, and I'm like, no, I know, I feel so mean, and then he feels bad. He's over here smiling at me. And it's true, like, I feel so bad because the poor guy is, like, doing everything he can to make the house not smell, and, like, I'm like, go, he needs to shower, like, I make him shower, like, before he kisses me, I'm like, go rinse your mouth, like, I'm sorry, and I'm telling you honestly, he does not smell, like, I'm sorry, is this TMI? He's not a smelly guy, and normally I think he smells really nice, like, I'm like, you know, and I literally sniff my husband, and I find him attractive, but right now I'm like, ugh. And then I cry because I feel bad, and I said, in what world is this the way it works? Like, when does the insulter, the person who does the insulting, get to cry about it? Like, that's not right. Only when you're pregnant. Random crying. I've cried multiple times this week, and first it was the miscarriage, and then it was like, we're not having a miscarriage, and it's like, oh my god, we're having a baby, and then it's like, I feel so sick, I want to cry, and it's like, nothing works. So at least the midwife gave me some new medication, things I can try, so I'm going to go to the store. Right now, fried chicken is sounding really good, which is weird, because I don't really eat fried chicken. So I think we're going to go to the deli at the grocery store and see if they have any fried chicken. My skin is oily, and I am so surprised that nobody has noticed, or nobody's commented on my videos that how oily my skin is. In my, like, foundation reviews and stuff. I have mentioned, like, I've had to change up my foundation routine because my skin is oily. Nobody said anything. I wonder if anybody has suspected it, though. Had you guys suspected it? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious. I am definitely looking for tips if you guys have any for dealing with oily skin. And I am totally going to do most of those, like, milestone videos you see on pregnancy vlogs, gender prediction, you know, announcement, the gender announcement. We'll probably keep the name to ourselves until the baby's here, or maybe right before the baby's here. I just don't want to hear any haters hate my baby's name when I've already, like, decided on it. I don't want that to change my mind. And of course we'll do, like, the birth announcement. I don't think we'll vlog the delivery, but maybe the day of or something, how it goes down. We'll definitely film after the fact of how the delivery went, but I don't want to, like, stress myself out. I'm sure it's going to be, like, traumatic enough to, like, give birth. I don't want to have a camera in my face all day. So let me know if you guys have any other requests for this pregnancy series. Now that we're catching up, I'll probably do one video with weeks 9 and 10, and then week 11 and 12 will be a video as well. I'll probably do them every 2 weeks unless something like week 8 happens where there's tons to talk about. Yeah, so I also want to do a Q&A for pregnancy. Let me know if you guys have any questions. And weeks 9 and 10 videos should be out in a few days just because I'm trying to catch up. So look forward to those, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.